This is the truth as to how you'll actually unclog your arteries. Hey Wellness Warrior, I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski, and we see a lot of talk on the internet about getting clogged arteries. And it begs the question, what does this mean? It seems pretty horrifying if you ask me. Having a clogged artery, and we look at, the #1 cause of death prematurely around the world is cardiovascular disease. We look at all the problems people face with high blood pressure and high cholesterol. We really want to dig into this issue and figure out what it's all about. If we look at the concept of having a clogged artery, what you're really referring to is having calcification within the arterial wall and also a buildup of cholesterol. That would be a clogged artery as we see on the internet. But how does this happen and what do we do to counteract it? The reason that this would happen is due to a long-term metabolic health crisis in the body. A lot of it will start with insulin resistance, which will turn into an inflammatory issue, which then will turn into an oxidation of cholesterol. And what that means simply with the oxidation of cholesterol is that you have LDL cholesterols that basically become unhealthy. And it's important to understand that there are such things as healthy LDLs and unhealthy LDL cholesterol. In general, millions of people are taking cholesterol medications because it's believed that all LDL cholesterol is unhealthy. That's not quite true. In fact, your brain needs it, your hormone needs cholesterol, you need cholesterol in your body, but in healthy levels. If we were to look back as to how this happens, it really comes back to a lifestyle problem. Insulin resistance for a long period of time, sedentary lifestyle, so that means a lack of exercise, and then of course, we couldn't do all that without poor nutrition. Poor nutrition, lots of processed foods, seed oils, diet high in sugar, and also a diet that is full of carbohydrates. So we have to start walking these things back. If we want to really get to the bottom of those clogged arteries, we have to start doing all the right things. And it's the opposite of everything I just mentioned. A diet that is free of sugar, a diet that is getting rid of all grains, getting rid of that inflammatory gluten, a diet that's pulling seed oils, all the hydrogenated inflammatory oils that are in most foods that you're eating, a diet that's pulling out all the processed foods and the poor ingredients that are causing a lot of health crises for you. And we really want to switch to a diet that's focused on whole foods. And a lot of times when I mention this kind of thing, many people will say, well, if I were to pull out all those things you just mentioned, what would I eat? The answer is think meat and vegetables. If you were to think meat and vegetables, you would find a solution, and that solution would be a good, healthy, whole food diet. So those are the things that we want to do. Now, we also want to focus on making sure that we are moving. Okay, exercise is a key component to your health. And if you're skipping exercise, then you simply have an exercise deficiency. It's almost like having a nutritional deficiency. It's an exercise deficiency because your genetics require you to move and get out. An absolute requirement would be around 10,000 steps per day. This is a good standard to go by. Beyond that diet and beyond exercise, what can we do? The good thing is about natural medicine is that there's a lot of benefits to it. And as we look at the science of natural medicine, it's been proven time and time again that you can actually take certain compounds that will improve your cardiovascular health. I'm going to name some of them that you've probably heard of before and some of them that you've probably never heard of. The ones that you've heard of before, I will go over quickly, and there's one I'm going to highlight that is actually new in the research that most people have never even known to exist. And so let's go through these, and the first is going to be omega-3s. Omega-3s, you can find high amounts in good healthy oils like olive oil. You can find it in fish oil. You can supplement with this in a lot of the different fish such as sardines and also salmon. So this is how you can boost up your omega-3s. Now, the other thing that you can start using is curcumin. Curcumin is a spice typically used in a lot of Indian cuisines. And what you're going to find is this curcumin is very powerful in anti-inflammatory. So it really helps bring down some of the inflammation in the arterial lining. Magnesium has been shown time and time again to be very beneficial to your heart health. So I'm a big fan of using magnesium not only to help reduce stress, not only to help get your mind to calm down a little bit, not only to help you sleep better, which is going to be good for your heart, but also it really just has an overwhelmingly positive impact on your cardiovascular health. So I'm a big fan of using magnesium. Now here's the one that you've never heard of, and this is called policosanol. The powerful beneficial effect of policosanol on blood lipids has been extensively studied in both humans and animals, and its effectiveness has been compared to several commonly prescribed lipid-modifying agents. And you have to understand what that's kind of saying in the research, right? Like, yeah, this has actually worked really good comparative to a lot of those medications that people are being told to take. Policosanol has been shown to promote binding, uptake, and degradation of low-density lipoproteins, the LDLs, and the studies suggest that policosanol at a dose range of about 5 to 20 milligrams per day is effective for promoting healthy blood lipid synthesis and metabolism. Policosanol has an excellent safety profile with reports of only mild or no side effects. Furthermore, when you look at animal toxicity data, it indicates that policosanol demonstrates no toxic effects even at doses many hundred times greater than the maximum dose recommended for humans. And this is important because a lot of the medications that most people are on in order to actually bring down cholesterol have enormous side effects. And there's a lot of stuff coming out now that is actually even causing problems, brain problems such as Alzheimer's. So in addition to its effects on blood lipid levels, policosanol has demonstrated positive effects on several other risk factors associated with cardiovascular disease. For instance, studies have shown that it may prevent lipid peroxidation of LDLs, inhibit smooth muscle cell proliferation, exert protective effects on vascular endothelium, and promote healthy platelet function, possibly through a decrease in the production of thromboxane A2 and B2. Basically, what this is telling us is that it's proven to be beneficial for blood vessel integrity, function, and promote overall cardiovascular health. So policosanol is one that you've probably never heard of, but is showing in the science to be awesome in the realm of new data on nutritional science. And so I'm really happy to be able to share that with you. Now, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below to something with policosanol in it, because I'm sure, being that you've never heard of it, you're going to wonder where's some resources on this. So I'll put some information down in the description below. Other than that, this is how you truly unclog your arteries. So there's no magic drinks. There's no magic pills and potions out there. It really comes down to adding the lifestyle factors in that are necessary, that we know are necessary for positive cardiovascular health, and then also adding in some of these nutritional components that have been proven in the science, found in nature, and also extremely healthy for you without all the side effects. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski, and if you like this video, I think you'll like this one next.